I've thought a long time about doing this video. I'm not an unusual person. I'm not an out of the ordinary person. I'm just a person who has colon cancer. I ignored the signs, and when I finally decided to have the colonoscopy, I had stage 3 colon cancer. Now, I'm lucky. It was in a sigmoid mass. It's in one lymph node, but I still have to go through the same treatment that everyone else who has stage 3 stage 3 colon cancer has. 12 chemotherapy treatments, 5 weeks of 5 days a week, radiation and chemo. So it's not an easy treatment. It's not an easy course. But it is a life-saving course if you choose to do so. And I almost chose not to. My attitude was, it was a mass, it was in one lymph node, they got it all. That's all I needed to know. It was gone. My oncologist would have no part of that. He wanted to do his first treatment in the sweet spot, which is 10 weeks after your surgery. You have the healing time. I didn't want it. I didn't want to face it. I didn't want anything to do with it. I ran away. I went to New York. I was only supposed to be gone 2 weeks. I stayed 5. And I will tell you, I don't regret that. It was a very healing time for me. It was a stress-free time. It was a good time. I was with my oldest and dearest friend in the world who allowed me to work through the process, who allowed me to think of everything I needed to think about without any undue influence. It wasn't until the day I left that she and her husband said to me, "You'll go home, you'll have the treatment, and you'll be back. You'll come visit us when you're done. But you need to go home and have the treatment." And when I did come home, I was ready. I have 3 beautiful grandchildren, 2 beautiful daughters who are married to wonderful men, all who have been very supportive through this whole process of whatever I've wanted to do. The biggest problem that I have now is the financial aspect of it. Paying for chemotherapy, paying for radiation is not an easy process. I've said many times I feel like an ATM machine, but this ATM machine is almost out of money. I don't have the means to pay for the radiation that I need. I know that somehow it'll work out. It will come from somewhere. I don't know where. I have a strong faith. I have a strong supportive system through my church. They've been absolutely amazing to me. But it's hard. It's hard going into that doctor's office. And every time you go in, it's a different charge. Every time you go in, it's a different amount. Every time you walk in there, it's $90 or it's $200 or it's $400 or it's $600 or you owe $1,000. You never know how much you're going to have to pay. And I don't have that kind of money. I don't have insurance. I have Medicare. But now that I have cancer, I can't get supplemental insurance. It's not a possibility. Many people think that you can go in after you've been diagnosed with cancer and you can get supplemental to help pay the costs. It's not true, you can't. I've looked into it. Maybe I'm not looking in all the right places, but I have looked into it. It's hard. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know when I'm going to have to call it quits, because we're coming up at the end of the year and I start all over again just as everybody else does with a new deductible and Medicare. And I've seen my bills. I've seen what they are. $8,000, $10,000, $12,000. My hospital bill alone for my colonoscopy was $60,000. My surgery was $70,000. And I'm still paying, I'll be paying for that till I die. And Lord knows I'm 67 years old, so that could come sooner than later. I don't know. It's not been the easiest thing that I've had to face in my life. 2 years ago this Christmas, I lost my husband to cancer. There was no chemotherapy for him, only radiation. But fortunately, he was a vet, so he was able to have VA benefits, and they were able to do the treatments for him that they needed to do. He was too far gone when they were able to do it, though. Even though he was diligent about his doctor's appointments and his treatments and whatever he needed to do, he was so sick we didn't know it. But I will never criticize the VA, never. They were amazing to my husband, amazing. The West Palm Beach VA Center treated him like a king, treated our family with such reverence and such patience and such love. I can only say thank you. There are no other words that I can say. So for those of you who are out there and you're facing colon cancer or you're facing any type of cancer, I understand. It's brutal. It's a brutal treatment. It's a hard treatment. I don't know if I'm going to lose my hair. I don't know what's going to happen to me. Like I said, I had my third treatment today. I am the face of cancer. I am the face of anyone that you know that has cancer. And it's hard. It is a hard road to face. So I wish you the best of luck. I will continue to post videos about my treatments. Today and tomorrow and Wednesday will be good days. I'm on a pump right here. On Wednesday, the pump comes off. And I have 4 very bad days. Then I have a week of good days. That's the way it's been. I don't know what will happen this time. I'm getting to the point where I have the neuropathy that everyone's talked about. I can't take anything cold out of the refrigerator. I can't drink anything cold. And when I eat, it feels like I have lockjaw. My mouth hurts so badly when I take bites of food. So, as I walk this walk, and I will talk the talk, and I will keep you posted. And I ask for your prayers. I know the power of prayer. I know how well it works. And I ask that you pray for me. And I thank you for those prayers. Godspeed till we meet again.